Billed as a spoof of animated movies like Pixar and DreamWorks, Sausage Party is an R-rated movie about talking food that discovers what really happens when they're taken home with us. As a movie that gets its premise from a conversation two stoners were having while high, is this movie just a funny distraction, or is there more to it? Find out with Joe at the Movies. Let me start by saying this movie is funny as shit. I couldn't even contain my laughter, and just in case you don't know, let's just say my laughter is unique, so I don't really like laughing in front of strangers. The fact that I was bursting out laughing while watching this movie in the theater just goes to show you that this movie is laugh out loud hilarious. I mean, the villain is a giant douche for crying out loud. There's basically three types of jokes you get. Food puns.
Sorry, but I'm not a soft taco. I'm a hard, horny taco.
Oh, no, not Mr. Pizza! Oh, fuck, I've eaten so many of your family members. I've committed pizza genocide. I'm gonna kick your ass. How you like that, man? Who, us? No, not you.
Obviously, sex jokes about food.
Look at these big old buns. Yeah! Lined up, waiting to get filled with my meat.
Yeah, right, Carl. You really think any of these buns are gonna line up to get filled by you? Here's my impression of that happening. Oh, is he in there yet? Oh, I can't feel him. I don't think he's in there. Oh, wait, he is.
You couldn't fit an eggplant in there. It's too big. It'll tear you in half.
Oh, you'd be amazed what I could fit in.
And scenes of horrific death that would be very disturbing if it was people, but it's hilarious because it's food.
Your little shoes and your arms and your legs.
Legs?
Oh.
Huh? Look at me. Look at me. I ain't got no legs, you fuck. You ate my goddamn legs.
You know what? You should be happy you're alive.
Yeah, Banana's whole face peeled off.
The pipes are caught. Oh, Jesus, me eyes! Oh, me skin! She's peeling me skin!
They're eating children! It's just children! I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix this.
Personally, my favorite were the horrific death scenes, including a Private Ryan-esque sequence that, if literally was the only scene in this entire movie, it still would have been one of the funniest movies I've seen all year. The animation is pretty good. They managed to, despite taking place mostly in a single grocery store, add a lot of variety to the scenery. The humans kind of look weird, mostly because the proportions are very exaggerated, but this movie can easily be confused for the movies it's lampooning. I would say it's a little more DreamWorks than Pixar. The voice performances were well done too. I couldn't even tell that the Jewish bagel was voiced by Edward Norton, for example. The movie is funny based on just that alone, but where Sausage Party surprised me is that there's more than just a sophomoric humor to it. In the movie, the food thinks of us as gods, and that when we're taking them home with us, we're taking them to the great beyond. But when Frank finds out the truth, he has to explain it to his friends and save everybody. It turns from a simple tale of food jokes to the story about the dangers of religion. And this is where I give the movie props for being an actual adult movie. Look, all the food, sex, and grisly murder jokes will be funny to teenagers and even some younger children. I don't like movies that throw in a bunch of swear words and nudity and whatever just to appeal to adults. The theme of religion in this movie is something adults would understand and get. That's what I want from adult movies, not swear words every 5 seconds, though I don't really mind that. I have very few critiques of this movie, but I can't tell if the Jewish bagel or the Mexican taco or the Muslim whatever the fuck food he was supposed to be were stereotyped to point out, hey, isn't it weird how we put race and ethnicities on the food? Or if it's just stereotype to stereotype, although I lean more towards the former. Now this is the part where I'm supposed to say, we need more movies like this. I want more rated R movies. I don't care about ratings. A movie's rated PG-13 or rated R, it doesn't really matter to me. The rating is not what really gets me interested in a movie. I think a big part of why this movie is so hilarious and refreshing is because we don't get movies like this a lot. To where if we saw something like this every Tuesday, it wouldn't be as special. That's not to say that we shouldn't have more R-rated movies. I'm just saying it's not as if there's a huge void in my life that need to be filled with more adult movies. Just write a story, make your movie, tell the story the creator wants to do, and whatever rating it gets, it gets. It's hard to review a comedy because there's only so many ways I could tell you that it was or wasn't funny, but this movie is one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while, and it's definitely worth a watch. I'm still trying to figure out if like the ending is one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen, or if I'm going to be like scarred for like the next 10 years. But if you take nothing else from this movie, just remember, God's not real, have sex.